What's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mawa. Today we're gonna talk about the WATTYS prizes this year. What does the WATTYS have this year? What are the rules? We're gonna talk about the whole thing. I'm gonna explain to you guys the whole thing. So stick to this video. Alright, so I've got my notes, I've got my computer, because today's topic is huge, I think, maybe. So I've got everything I need right here. So we're gonna start with the WATTYS that they are already open. Right now, the WATTYS are already open. They opened on 22nd of this month. They're closing soon. So if you want to join the WATTYS this year, now is your chance. You have up until August 19th of this year. That's when they're closing for judging. And then the shortlisted winners, or shortlisted, they will be announced around October 19th. And then the winners will be announced on November 19th. So if you wanna participate for WATTYS, now is your chance. You have up until August 19th to submit. That's when they are going to be closing in for judging. Now, before I get to grand prizes, before I get to what you can get this year if you win, let's talk about the rules, regulations, and contest rules. We're gonna talk about that. What do you need to have to be able to enter the WATTYS this year? First and foremost, you must be 13 years old or older. If not, your parents or legal guardians needs to give you a written consent to enter into the WATTYS this year, or to claim any prizes if you do manage to win. So you must be 13 and older. If not, ask your guardian, ask your parent, guardian, whoever it is you have to ask to give you a written consent for you to present to WATTPAD that I have a consent, I can participate, for you to be able to win and to claim any prizes you might have won. Also, your story needs to be original. That's number 2. Your story needs to be original. You cannot steal anyone's stories and present it as your own. It needs to be completely original. If your story makes it to the shortlist, you will need to keep it on WATTPAD and remove it from any other platforms until the date of the WATTYS award show. You managed to get on the shortlisted list, you will need to keep your story on the WATTPAD. And if you have posted it, I don't know, in Good Novels or Goodreads or I don't know what, all these other platforms, you need to remove them from those other platforms at least up until the WATTYS award show. Yeah, that is if you're shortlisted. But if you won, you managed to win, you need to remove your stories everywhere else and leave them in WATTPAD at least for an entire year. This year, the WATTYS allow only 9 languages. 9 languages only are allowed to enter into the WATTYS this year. So if your story is falling on the following languages, you're eligible to enter your story: English, Filipino, French, Indonesia, Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, and Turkish. That's it. Those are the only 9 languages which are allowed for this year to enter the WATTYS. Actually, the prizes this year is really serious, so I guess that's why there's a lot more rules. Another rule for you to enter the WATTYS this year is each entry must be published on the website on or after January 1st, 2020. So if your story was written in, I don't know, 1999, you're not allowed to enter the WATTYS. It needs to be written on or after the 1st of 2020. They don't allow stories which are, I don't know, you've been writing this story for like 5 years and you think you can enter now. No, you can't. Another one is each entrant must have all rights necessary to post and submit the entry. You must have, if you are the entry, you must have all the rights necessary to post and submit. Another one is entries, including cover pages, images, and illustration, must not infringe on the intellectual property or other rights of any third party. Sorry. What this means is your book cover, please use non-copyrighted pictures to create book covers. I don't know, find illustrated pictures, I don't know, take your own photos outside, but everything needs to be non-copyrighted. Otherwise you're not going to win. Even if your story is, I don't know, whoa, you're not going to win. Get non-copyrighted photos to put on your covers. I have a story, I have a video on how to get non-copyrighted photos. Look that up. Another one is entries must qualify for one of the award categories. Entries must qualify for one of the award categories. Only the categories which they allow in this in WATTYS this year is fan fiction, fantasy, historical fiction, horror, mystery or thriller, new adult, paranormal, romance, science fiction, young adult, wild card, that's a new one, new this year, sequel English only. Yeah, they did write this is new this year. Wild card, I don't know what that is. Somebody tell me down in the comments if you know what this is, because I don't know. What the hell is wild card? Anyway, so those are the entries which are allowed this year. So if you're in this category, if your book is in this category, you enter. I have this amazing book, Beyond the Unseen. I've been talking about it forever. It's supernatural. I wish I could have put it for WATTYS this year because it's really good, but honestly, I just don't have time to write. I'm trying to write every day, but I cannot write the way I used to because I have music thing going on, but man, please, the prices this year are insane. So enter your stories. Okay, let's get back to this. Another one is each entry may only be submitted once to a single award category. Sponsor may elect to move an entry into a different award category at his sole discretion. So each entry must be submitted once. For example, you have a book. What am I saying? You cannot submit your book in 2 different categories. If you submitted your book in teen fiction, you cannot submit it in, I don't know, mystery or thriller. Only once. So choose properly. Choose what category you want to use properly. I don't know, you know, the categories which are usually don't have too many saturation. It's like I wouldn't submit in, unless you're writing some fan fiction, but fan fiction usually has so many people. And for example, I would submit in mystery thriller. Not so many people write mystery thriller, or horror and paranormal. Not many people write in horror paranormal, but for example, fan fiction, new adult, romance, those usually get so much saturation. So choose wisely what you want to submit. Let's get back to this. Entry must not contain identifying information. Example, names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, or mailing addresses of any real person, including interests. So your book, your story cannot contain any real information. Whether it's yours, whether it's someone else's, as long as it's new, everything needs to be fictional. You cannot give real information in anywhere on your entry. Entries must adhere to WATTPAD contents guideline found here. I'm gonna give you guys the WATTPAD contents guideline soon, but your entries must adhere to the contents guideline. And the last one is entries must not despair the goodwill and business reputation of sponsor and or any of its content licensor as applicable. Sponsor reserves the right to reject any entry for any reason. You cannot smear WATTPAD or Webtoon, because these two are one nowadays. You cannot smear their name. It's their good name. Stay away from smearing people's good names. Alright, so let me tell you guys about the WATTPAD's contest guideline. Yeah, first of all, you need to rate your story correctly. All creators are expected to rate their stories as either mature or for everyone, according to the guideline I provided below. So if your story is matured, please rate it accordingly. If it's not, if it's just for everyone, for 13-year-old, for 12, for 11-year-old, please rate it as that. That's very important. Don't forget to rate your stories. Let's get to the prizes. Let us get to the prizes. What we've been waiting for, we're getting to the prizes. What do you get this year when you win? Most important part. I have written all the grand prizes here. You guys can see, but it is the grand prizes. This year, a winner who's gonna be selected from all these 500 and I don't know 35 winners. That one person whose their story wowed the judges, like they could not put it down or they wanted to go back to reading it. That person is gonna get $5,000 cash. $5,000 cash. That person is gonna get $5,000 cash. I want that cash. Too bad I can't. Anyway, so this year that one person is gonna get $5,000 cash. And another good thing this year is that WATTPAD Webtoon Studios. That's the second thing the winners will be getting. Not all of them, selected winners. WATTPAD Webtoon Studios. What does that mean? Your book can manage to get the entertainment adaptation offer. What does that mean? Your book can be made into a bloody film or television or animation. That is a good deal. What does that mean if you still don't understand? After it was made into the movie. So you have the potential. There's a potential of your book to become something like After. Third thing, what you get is the WATTPAD Webtoon Entertainment prizes. What does this mean? It sounds almost the same as the WATTPAD Webtoon Studios, but it's a little bit different. Let me get into it. The WATTPAD Entertainment prizes will consider a WATTPAD originating story with strong underlying storytelling and compelling characters, and a strong visual and or world building component best suited for animation, film, or television advertising. Now this time they will consider that aspect of characterization, good capturing, to be made into one television adaptation, or film, or television, or animation. So there's a lot of opportunities for your book to become a movie or animation. I would love to watch the animation of that, or televised. So many opportunities nowadays. Number 3 is from all the languages, winners in the award category listed below, 3, will be considered for publishing deals with the imprint of WATTPAD Webtoon Book Group. Winners need to be writing as themselves and must be comfortable. With their name being published and be willing to engage in book promotion in order to be eligible. So you can get an opportunity for your book to be published by WATTPAD Webtoon Publications. Yeah, but you must be comfortable with having your whole name published absolutely everywhere. Einstein. So I'm down for that. So you must be willing to have your name published and promoted and whatever, but you can get your book published. WATTPAD Webtoon, whatever, is looking for a wide range of authentic stories, diverse and marginalized community to develop the WATTPAD Book YA Award. So this Webtoon Wattpad, they're looking for authentic stories across diverse to develop them. So if you capture them good enough, they can develop your story more than it already is right now. So story made bigger story. The Wattpad book where we consider story in the young adult category, but this is only from the young adult categories. Sorry if I made jumped your hopes up. It's only for young adult categories. In young adult categories that represent an original point of view and strong underlying storyline, we are seeking fiction entries across all genres. So if you're writing young adult, you capture them, your book can be developed into more than what it is now. So those are the prizes for this year. Really, if you ask me, they're really good prizes. 5,000, movie animation, book publication, development of the stories. That's a lot. That's a lot. Now, let's say you didn't win the WATTYS itself, but you were shortlisted. This is what you get if you were shortlisted, yeah? Which is going to be announced on the October 19th. I told you guys before. A shortlisted profile banner to show off your accomplishments to your followers. So if you manage to get shortlisted, you're going to be given a banner to show off like you are one of the shortlisted of WATTYS this year. You're going to be promotion on the WATTYS profile on Wattpad and featured opportunities to be featured across Wattpad itself. So you're going to be promoted. You see, when you go on a Wattpad homepage, there are those stories which keep on going on and on and on. Every time you open the Wattpad homepage, it's there. That's going to be one of you if you were shortlisted. So the book is going to be plastered all over the place. More exposure, more reads, more votes, more going up. A shortlist badge for your story. So your story, you're going to have, you see those badges. If you go into my stories, Amelia has 2 badges because I won 2 awards for Amelia. So WATTYS this year will give you that badge so you can put it on your story to show off if you were shortlisted. Now, winners. I already told you guys what some selected winner will be getting, but also winners still have the following to be get. Up to 5 winners will be chosen from each of the 12 categories to receive the following. So there's that winner who will receive 5,000, winners who will be adaptation for film, animation, whatever. And there are some winners who will get the followings. A winner's social media kit to share your accomplishments with the world. Promotion on the Wattpad profile on Wattpad. Opportunities to be featured across Wattpad. I'm talking about to be featured everywhere. I'm talking about the homepage, you're everywhere. A WATTYS badge for your winning story. You see the winners having this WATTYS winner 2020, WATTYS winner 2021. You're going to be one of them, WATTYS winner 2022 this year. Priority consideration for Wattpad Webtoon Studios for your story. So, okay, we know there's like 5,035 winners. Not all of them will get the movie, the what, but if they are looking to create new movies or new animation or television shows or whatever, they're not gonna go look for those people who didn't win. They're not gonna go look for out of those 525 and 35 people. They're gonna look within those 525 people. So even if you're not gonna get the money or the what, you still have a great opportunity to be considered for much more for years to come. So don't take this lightly. This is very, very, very important. Special prizes from all winners. 4 additional special prizes will be handed out for the following categories. From all winners, from all those 535 people. 4 additional special prizes will be handed out for the following categories. Character. If you created a serious best character, like a character which the judges just fell in love with. For a story with character that resonated with our judges and made us root for them every step of the way, you'll be considering to receive a prizes. So if your character resonated with judges, you can you can get a prize. Word, yeah, most engaging word for a story with rich word building that makes the reader feel like they can truly immerse themselves into the setting. So if your character was great, the word you build around the character was so good that you can literally feel like you're in the world itself, into the setting, you can get the prizes. Story twists. Biggest twist for a story that shocks us with a twist we didn't see coming. You know those twists and turns? If you shock the readers, the judges, you can be considered into special prizes. Yeah? And then hook. Catchiest hook for a story that builds off an idea that is fresh, imaginative, and exciting. The winners of these awards will receive acknowledgement of their prize on the WATTYS website. So, hook, the world, character, and what else did I say? Twist. You can be considered into the special prizes. Let's see what else. Category. So anyway, the most important part is to know the prizes, which I talked about. What we're gonna be most important prize. Honestly, the most important prize for me is to be considered into an adaptation into film or movie or animation. That's the most important prize. And because this year, from last year, I talked about it in one of my videos, WATTPAD is not just alone nowadays, it is conjoined with webtoons. So we have that new animation, new anime coming out, and they could be yours, it could be coming from your book. So that's the most important part for me. Animation, movies, television, that's very good. The $5,000, if you get it, good for you. But if you get to if your book becomes one of the movies, that's the most amazing thing that you can ever get, because movies stay longer. 5,000 can disappear just like that. I'm not discouraging not to get it. Of course, I want it as well. But man, movies and adaptation and animation and film, that's the most important. All right, if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm your girl, I'm here. I am ready to answer all your WATTPAD questions. If you have something you want to ask, please don't hesitate. I will see you guys on my next video.